Good morning, folks. I want to start a blackberry patch this year, and we have some great thornless blackberries that are pretty good producers. I figured I'd propagate some out this morning, and they are some of the easiest plants and most rewarding plants to propagate. I'll take you through a few steps here in a few minutes on exactly what we do, and typically, I think we have a 100% success rate on these. It is, again, super easy. It is October here in Zone 9B, Florida, and it's pretty late to start these, but I figured better late than never. I should have started them about a month ago, but if you're here, Zone 9, 9B, 10, we have a good 6 weeks of growth left on these blackberries. And they should only take about 3 weeks to go ahead and root, set up, and become their own little plants. That way, come end of December, early January, they'll be pretty much dormant and ready to plant. Blackberries you probably should plant when they're dormant, but again, best time to plant is now. Same with the propagation. Let me take you through a few quick, easy steps, and we'll go from there. Let me show you these. These plants took some damage. They didn't make it inside for Hurricane Milton, so they have some wind damage to them. But at each node you can see, or at each leaf you can see the node, and they have opportunities to grow roots right there. And they actually want to. In nature, all they do is fall down, hit the ground, and start growing. So we're going to just mimic that. We'll help them along a little bit and trim some of these leaves off. Get a clean pair of shears. Just trim those off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See how that looks. May do 6. And all I'm going to do, I'm going to try to make sure not to actually break the stem. I'm going to put this in the dirt, wrap it around so as much as touching the soil as I can have. Be sure not to break the stem. I have a bad habit of doing that, especially when I'm talking to the camera. Take some more potting mix. I don't know if I said, but this is basically garden soil, peat, and some compost. I was running a little short on peat, so I have some pine bark in there as well. We'll fill it up a little more. Press it down. And it should stay in there. If you have one that wants to pop off, you can always tie it down, put a little stake in it, tie it to the stake, and it will stay in there for the 3 or 4 weeks that you need it to. So you see all these leaves, they're kind of pointing down. In the next few weeks, I'll notice them reaching for the sun, pointing up, and they'll be producing roots in there. I would say by week 3, I'll be ready to cut it. I'm not going to cut it now, but I'll pick halfway, leave 3 leaves on that, leave some leaves for the original plant, cut it, and you have 2 blackberries. Super easy plant to propagate. If you could, give me a thumbs up if you made it this far. Maybe comment a little bit. Let me know if you're growing blackberries, if you've had success propagating just by cuttings. I never seem to do it correctly, and I'm pretty good at propagating. So drop a comment, let me know, and I appreciate you watching. Happy growing.